dunkability or Krispy Kreminess?
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical Summer.
And it is, in fact, our final week of Good Mythical Summer 2021.
Next week, we're gonna take a quick 1-week break to compose ourselves, all right? And then we're gonna be back on September 13th in the year 2021 with season 20. But you know, we couldn't just do with any old premiere week for the big 2-0. Tell him, Rhett.
We hereby proclaim the GMM Season 20 premiere week as the week of Megacality! That's right, every day is gonna feature one of our biggest, most heavy-hitting, most fan-favoritist kind of episodes, and we'll be back to our normal Monday through Friday schedule 5 times a week.
Bam.
It's a week of Megacality, all starting on September 13th.
In the year
2021.
And if that's not enough, how about this?
Yes.
This Thursday, September 2nd, in the year
2021.
we are going to be streaming to you live with an all-day live stream extravaganza.
Yes. 8 hours of live mythicality, including music, special guests, classic GMM games, other madness that we get cooked up for you. It's all happening to raise money for Save the Children. So mark your calendars this Thursday, noon to 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on the GMM channel. Now, with that out of the way, Link, how do you spell donut?
Donut?
Donut.
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 That's how I say it.
Donut.
Donut.
How do you say it?
D-O-N-U-T.
Well, okay. Dunkin would agree with you. Krispy Kreme, on the other hand, would say you're blaspheming before the holy hot lamp because 2 years ago, Krispy Kreme tweeted this.
Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme tweeted this.
What?
In 2019.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Okay. It's 2019, so congrats, Dunkin' Donuts, on officially dropping donuts from your name. Good move. Our hot light will be on in your honor today.
Ooh.
And also because we're making hot, fresh donuts, like always, hashtag hot light is on.
Okay.
Donut emoji.
To which Duncan replied, thanks K-Squared, donuts make everything better, especially with our new energy cold brew. Sorry you're having a crispy Monday. So he's trying to market to the competition.
Yeah, I got 95 likes, hey. And K-Squared did not back down because they said, you're welcome, minus D. Oh, get it, minus D because the K-Squared because they took the donuts.
Okay.
By the way, it's donuts. Winky emoji. Don't you agree? Merriam-Webster, they brought the dictionary into this?
They tried to, but Merriam-Webster was afraid to weigh in, but we ain't. It's time for Food Feuds, Dunkin' versus Krispy Kreme. We're gonna taste and compare the most iconic donut menu items from each donut shop's menu and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. The restaurant with most points is gonna be named the Donut Don and will win a chance to sponsor a future GMM episode.
All right, deliver the donut. Okay, Dirk and Patty here. I know that they're probably both working for Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme at this point, right?
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey, it's me, Duncan Dirk Nuts.
Seem a little preoccupied.
It's me, Krispy Kreme Patty. Yeah.
They're like on the phone.
Sorry, we're just
I see that.
we're a bit distracted right now. Like we're trying to find a venue for the wedding, and like our parents want us to do it in a church, but it's like the musical directors, they have issues with playing corn songs on the organ.
Yeah, we told them that they could play like Mudvayne if they wanted to, or our favorite band ever, Powerman 5000.
Best
Oh
band.
yeah.
And then they were like, please leave. So,
Got to find
hey,
the right
this
church,
is your Krispy Kreme ice glazed chocolate donut with sprinkles for $1.99.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is Duncan's chocolate frosted donut with sprinkles for $1.39.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm trying to erase which place is from where, just for a second, just because I don't want to be thinking about
Well,
that.
this one's Dunkin'.
Don't say that!
Well, let's just taste
Which
this.
one tastes better? Isn't that why we're here? The sprinkles are different. That's got more.
I always associate Dunkin' with a cakier experience.
Don't associate anything with my mind right now. Keep that to yourself.
What, do you want to wear a blindfold or not use English?
No. I mean, that's not bad. Sprinkles are
Yeah, it's not bad.
just for show.
That's true. A lot more glaze underneath here. There's absolutely no glaze on the Dunkin'. Or whatever that may be.
This is a significantly better donut.
It's coated in glaze.
The chocolate tastes better. It's got more sprinkles. And I just think that the way the donut gave in my mouth was what I want from a donut.
It gaveth and you taketh. All right, I'm gonna give the
6.
Dunkin' a 5, and I'm gonna give this
8.
Krispy Kreme a 7.
Bring them in.
What is this?
Yeah, I just don't understand how you don't allow fire
It's
at a
tough.
cemetery.
It's tough.
Yeah. Planning a wedding.
It's-
The fact that they're
it's
both on
tough
the phone, with
finding
different
a venue.
people, that's gonna get
I
confusing.
got.
So
I
what
got
is this,
you guys.
Stevie?
So on Rhett's side is Dunkin's glazed jelly donut for $1.39, and on Link's side is Krispy Kreme's glazed raspberry filled for $1.99.
Again, something else to influence our decision. Dunkin's jelly contains an apple and raspberry flavored jelly, but no berries are used to make the filling. So
Okay.
I don't know what they're making it out of.
Then the Krispy Kreme filling.
It has made with real raspberries and filled by hand. So somebody stuffs their actual hand
Oh, see if you can taste the
into
hand,
that donut.
or at least
Might
the
be a
finger.
fingernail in there.
I recommend biting the berry
hole.
hole,
Yeah.
so you know you get berry in the first bite.
If I were to eat this like an early morning and like somebody's brought donuts,
I'd be happy. A lot of granular sugar on top of this thing.
this
versus-
is a work of art.
This is a shell. I
Looks
mean,
like a beetle. It's so
yeah.
smooth.
Put some legs on it. Smooth.
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
The raspberry is a lot thicker and less jelly-like, and more just like a rich
am
goo.
Sorry, that is. I have to go ahead and we don't normally do this, but this is a perfect 10. This is a perfect donut. Everything about this is what I want in a donut. That is
mean-
a 10. This is like one of those Olympic dives
I
that never happens, but this is a 10.
I know how you get worked up about the dives. I do agree, though. I got to give it a 9,
Okay.
at least.
That's
So if we go
acceptable.
back to the Dunkin', I mean, I'm glad we tasted it first, because otherwise I would just be crapping all over this thing. I'm going to give it a 6.
It's not a bad donut.
Yeah.
It's just not perfect. I agree. 6.
Quick reminder, check out the Mythical Kitchen channel. The Mythical Kitcheneers are always cooking up something chaotic over there. A lot of fun. Check out the channel. You won't regret it. If you do, don't tell me. Or
Yeah.
then. Just stop watching.
Yeah, just tell.
But that won't happen.
Tell somebody in real life.
Let's eat something. Whatever you got, bring it in.
Yes, we're fine with the crucifix, but could you turn it upside down?
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Okay.
gosh.
Wow, this
Yeah,
is very,
Hello?
that is
very-
asking
Hello?
a lot.
They got hung up on by the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh,
on
yes.
Rhett's side is Dunkin's glazed chocolate cake donut for $1.39, and on Link's side is Krispy Kreme's glazed chocolate cake donut for $1.99.
Look at how much more glaze. Krispy Kreme is just throwing, slanging the glaze.
I mean, some people might say too much glaze.
you might
too
think
much
there's
glaze
no
too
glaze
often.
on this, but and this is like, once I've had a few donuts, I start looking for this one, because this is like
It's
my
a palate
third,
cleanser?
This is my third favorite.
Well,
Yeah, it's my
fun,
palate
Fun
cleanser.
fact about that glazed donut on the Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme's glazed donuts are bathed in a waterfall of glaze that is exactly 120 degrees Fahrenheit. But to be fair, the interior of the cab of the truck that Dunkin' Donuts uses is also 120 degrees. So now we didn't use powdered donuts in any round. You powdered donut people are going to be upset, but it's because Krispy Kreme, at least the two nearest ones to us, don't sell it. They do sell it at some locations, but we couldn't get hold of one.
This is one of your favorites too, if I recall correctly.
And I had
That's good.
a love affair
It's thick. This is
with this donut in the
So-
summer of 1999 in Queens,
Yes.
New York. Dunkin' Donuts every morning.
being North Carolinians, where the birthplace of the Krispy Kreme. I would say I'm biased in that direction.
But when we were in North Carolina, Krispy Kreme only had one kind of donut.
Here you go.
Do you remember that when we were in college? They sold one kind of donut.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's a fact, Jack.
This is interesting. A lot more glaze. I find that I'm underwhelmed by the chocolate donut itself.
The
when
tables might
compared-
be turning because all I taste is glaze.
Yeah.
Not to bring up this word, but like, can you talk about the moisture? Because I can't tell from here.
This donut is so moist. Moist.
It's moister than this one, which is not as moist. moist.
Sometimes I want a cakey donut.
Even though
and
there's
that's
a
what I'm
shell of
getting with
icing,
this.
the moisture has gotten out.
Can
I'm
I
giving this-
also ask you about the
Yes.
density? I'm curious. My mouth would like to know.
The Dunkin' is
Denser,
a
moister.
third more dense than the Krispy Kreme, and it is so milk dippable. I'm giving this, for what it is, an 8.
I almost want to call this the perfect donut, but I'm not going to do that because it's already declared that. This is a 9. That's a very good donut.
I'm gonna give this a 4. I'm disappointed.
My expectations were so high for this, I think I'm going all the way down to 3.
Ooh,
Can I do that?
it's done.
Let's change it up a little bit.
Yes,
I could really
I
use some
understand pets are not allowed, but they're not
Yes.
pets. The goats are my groomsmen. Do you know what a Baphomet is?
Wow, it's getting dark.
I'm kind of interested in this. I hope I'm invited.
I don't want to have anything to do with their ceremony.
It is coffee time. I'm begging for it. Preconceptions that we're bringing to the table. I tend to think of Dunkin' coffee as good, and I've never thought about Krispy Kreme
Well,
coffee.
Dunkin' got into the coffee game, again, I don't know if this is facts, this is just in my head. They got into the coffee game early, before Krispy Kreme as far as I know, and they have a reputation for having good coffee. And again, I go back to that memory of every morning with the coffee and the donut together.
You're tasting both of their original blends, and the Dunkin' is $2.19 and the Krispy Kreme is $2.29.
Oh, 10 cents,
That's not bad.
I think it's good. I think it's good coffee. It's like,
Good. It grows on me.
you don't want to drink it through the lid, huh?
I like to look at the coffee.
I like to just drink it.
A little more bitter. Is it not?
It's a lot worse. I mean, in every way imaginable, it's a lot worse coffee.
It's not bolder, but it's more bitter. And
It
that's
tastes
badder.
stronger and weaker at the same time in all the wrong ways. Like,
Yeah.
how is that possible? Like, it's bitter but has no body?
Yes.
Like me in high
Exactly.
school.
Right. All right, so let's start over here with the Dunkin'. I mean, when I compare it to all coffees I could buy, which that's
Oh.
my scale,
Okay, yeah, well, that's not.
I'm
yeah.
giving this a 5.
All coffees, well, I mean, I'm doing somewhere between the expectations that I bring and all coffees in the world
Okay.
to give this a 7.
I'm gonna give the Krispy Kreme on my scale a 1.
I'm going with, wow, that's harsh.
You know what?
I'm going with a 2.
0. Actually, a 0.
Wow, that is coffee that is just, you might as well just be punching yourself in the face, I guess.
I just wouldn't order it.
Okay, don't order it.
Yeah, no, we don't want a sermon. We just want the preacher to read all the negative comments from the Patty and Dirk Reddit thread.
They're not.
The
I
really
mean, they
mean
are
ones.
delivering the
Yeah,
stuff.
but
They're
are
just
they,
not
are they,
saying
are
anything.
they both talking to the
I know what
same
this-
church?
This is
Because that's going to get confusing.
On Rhett's side is Dunkin's Boston Cream Donut for $1.39, and on
Yes.
Link's side is Krispy Kreme's chocolate iced custard filled donut for $1.99.
I'm not falling for it. It's still a Boston cream. It's custard.
So this donut is significantly flatter. It's not as pretty. Again, that's not what we're judging. But when somebody makes a piece of art like that, it is tough to ignore.
My go-to at Dunkin' is this one. I just think that they nail it.
Okay.
Let's nail it and sail it. Their custard is nice.
It's a good donut. Not going to argue with that.
I think it's pretty great. And when I get it at Krispy Kreme, I'm thinking about what's the other place called again? Boston
I got a little bit of, somebody got a little raspberry
Dunkin'
on
Donuts. How did I forget Dunkin' Donuts in the middle of the freaking? Something tastes faker.
me. The cream is hiding over here on the other side.
Their cream has a specific taste to it
The cream's trying to escape.
that I actually don't like as much. The Boston cream pie from Dunkin' has a more middle of the road flavor. There's an assertion in this that I just can't make up my mind about. It's yellower. To me, it comes down to the custard. I like the flatness of the Dunkin' and the flavor of the custard.
I like the give of the donut on this, but I think I do slightly agree with that. The custard's a little bit better. There's not a runaway favorite for me on this one. I'm going to give Dunkin' a 6.
I'm gonna give the Dunkin' an 8, and then for Krispy Kreme, I am gonna give it a 5.
I'm also going to give it a 6.
It's gotta be glazed, right? Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, they're not even speaking to each other or the people on the phone.
I mean, they could just have their wedding here.
That's a horrible idea.
So we got glazed.
You
the
got
classic.
glazed.
Wha-
You're holding the Krispy Kreme for $1.79, and then the Dunkin's on Rhett's side for $1.39.
I mean, the thing
bit
you
of a
really,
sprinkle
the
on
thing
mine.
when you see these side by side is you just Like the donut approach is so different. I mean, the donut anus, is that what you call that, or just call it donut hole?
I think it's just the whole. I've
It's
never,
a lot
never
looser.
heard anus.
It's a lot looser at Dunkin' Donuts. Should I use the term looser or just bigger?
You should just eat. That's good.
I mean, it's a good donut.
I have nothing to complain about because I don't have anything to compare
Well,
it to yet.
I'm so familiar with the way that a Krispy Kreme glaze tastes that I immediately know that this donut didn't give. Again, I know I'm using that term.
Give. You want a
doesn't-
good give. To
I want a
donut.
good give on a donut. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I have a glaze window.
And if you look at the give of the bites, they are pretty similar. Once you bite down, you don't want it to sponge all the way back up. That shows you got a good donut when it stays compressed.
Again, I would eat a dozen of these by myself in a corner on a rainy day. I mean, that's who I am.
Facing which direction?
But I would eat 2 dozen of these.
Is that a double the score?
I'm gonna give Dunkin' a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 7. And when you come over here to the world of Krispy Kreme, you talk about perfection. I know you already doled out a 10 this morning. This is the place where 10s could definitely happen.
This is where 10s come to win.
But you know what? It's not hot now, and and to keep it more even, I'm not gonna evaluate it as a hot now, which I think would be a perfect 10. I'm gonna give this a 9.
You know what? Just for consistency's sake, I do believe that this is the perfect donut. And you know what? Multiple donuts can be perfect. I'm also giving the glazed Krispy Kreme a 10.
Wow. Okay, so where does that put us, Twinkie Fingers? Dunkin' at 79, Krispy Kreme at 73.
Whoa, Dunkin' came through. Listen, Dunkin'
Did we
came
screw
through.
it?
No, Dunkin'
Something
came
up?
through. Let us not forget you gave their coffee, Krispy Kreme's coffee, a 0, a big fat
All right,
0.
and I stand by it.
Which is about the difference in the scores. Also, the cake donut from Dunkin' Donuts came real hard, and the coffee comes very hard. So, hey, listen, this is unexpected, but Dunkin' Donuts takes the cake donut.
There we go. I'm kind of speechless, but that's it. Duncan, you are the Donut Don. You win the chance to sponsor a future episode of Good Mythical Morning, so
Call
talk to
us.
me. And Patty and Dirk, did you hear that?
Yeah, it's cool.
You should be happier.
You're still so
Yeah,
dark.
we are. We're happy.
Why don't you just have the wedding here?
No.
Do you mean it?
No, no. Listen, it's something we
He
will.
said we could
we'll
have the
discuss.
wedding here.
We'll
Oh,
discuss it.
Don't cry.
I mean, I'm not
cry.
saying I would be here.
If something else doesn't work out, and we want you to try a
No, I
lot
think
to make
this is
something
great.
else work
We
out,
are-
then we'll consider it.
Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Blake,
And I'm Julie.
And I am Blake's dad.
and we just did a blind Dunkin' Donuts taste test.
And it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Is Blake's dad the cameraman or just the voiceover artist?
He's an invisible dude.
Ah, okay. Click the top link to watch us discover the craziest donuts to ever exist in Good Mythical News.
And to find out whether Will and Mythicality is gonna land.
Burnt, starring Bradley Cooper and executive produced by my good friend Gordon Ramsay, is the worst movie that I have ever seen. It is also the movie that I have watched more than any other movie in my entire life. And you might be asking, Josh, if it is the worst movie, why have you rewatched it so many times?